El Fatiha me'as salavat. Allahümme salli ala Muhammed. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hude ve iyyâke nestaîn. İhdinas sıratal müstakîm. Sıratal lezîne en'amte aleyhim. Esselamu aleyküm ve rahmetullah ve berekatühü. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I thanks to Allah endless time that once more we are together for University of Allah. Today I will introduce you happiness. What is happiness? Code number is 6.2. My dear friends, happiness consists of three dimensions. One of them connected with your inside world, second for your outside world, and third one connected with your relations with Allah. So, this is the first condition, first circumstance of happiness. Happiness has been occurred inside of your inside world, your outside world. This is the relation to another people, and at relations with Allah. And second important subject, objective of happiness is happiness must be continuous, not interrupted. So, if anyone says to you, I'm happy, you must ask him or her. For example, if anyone dies who most close to you, in that case, will you be sorry? Will you be sad? If say yes, it means you are not a happy people. You are not living happiness. The answer must be like this. Because what I say, the happiness is not a temporary fun, is not a temporary pleasure. It's an continuously happiness situation. And happiness must be occur your inside world and your outside world and at your relation with Allah. So I will explain. Why the people are not happy? You know that, my dear friend, people are not happy. At inside world, there is every time some kind of born together with them. Mostly they are sad people. Mostly they are unhappy. So, if we tell about happiness, happiness is a kind of good situation, and in my opinion, all of the people has a target. All of the people, all of the human beings would like to arrive at happiness. Happiness is a destination for any people, all of the peoples. And can I ask you, would you like to be happy or not? I cannot imagine one of you tell me as an answer of this question, I don't want to be happy. It's very interesting. It would be very interesting answer to my question. So, my dear friends, everything is wonderful. If you are happy, and maybe for this reason all of the human beings would like to be happy. So, you are. My dear friends, my dear students, my dear audience, I'm very glad to address from you, all of you. I can arrive at all of the work now, and it's great fun. This is one part of my happiness, maybe biggest part of my happiness. My dear friends, I thought about happiness. Why human beings at the beginning are not happy? Because you have a soul, a nefs. Arabic term is nefs, English term is soul. The soul, the nefs, has in inside world all kind of calamities, all kind of badness, all kind of afet in Arabic term. Fury, rebellion, jealous, enemies, hate, all kind of negative factors that are inside of your soul's heart. Those are 19 groups. And all of them against of the orders of Allah. What Allah gives an order to you to do it, your nerves don't want to implement them, don't want to execute them, don't want to perform them. And whenever Allah puts some restriction, forbid things, forbid subjects, your soul, your nerves would like to do it, would like to do them. So, this is a rebels against Allah, to the Allah. My dear friends, on the other hand, your spirit has inside world and 19 groups of goodness. The wow. At the beginning of time, all of the nerves, calamities, opposites take place inside of your spirit. So, spirit is Arabic term is ruh, and nerves every time against to each other. Every time there is an argue between them, there is a kind of fighting between them, a kind of war between the soul's army and the spirit's army. Nerves army and ruh army every time is in or a kind of war, a kind of fighting, a kind of battle. My dear friends, if your soul, your nerves would like to anything to do it, in that case they arrive at your wise, your wisdom, the commander of your physical body, commander of your Veg is Arabic term of your physical body. The wise is the place of decision, the post of decision. And in that case, from your nerves, send a message to your wisdom, to your wise, to your mind, to do something. But this is your soul at the beginning is the enemy of the Allah. But you have another one, your inside world. This is the spirit, this is the ruh, and this is the very close friend of Allah. And your spirit has inside world all kind of goodness that all the goodness want to implement what Allah gives order. What Allah's order. And your spirit never does what Allah restricted, what Allah forbidden. In that case, your soul, your nerves, and your spirit, your ruh, are opposite to each other. For this reason, every time there is fighting inside your inside world, this is the first cause of your unhappiness. And it's not enough. Your mind mostly open the green light for your soul's desire, for your nerves orders. And in that case, your mind gives any authorization, any permission to your nerves to do something as bad behavior, as badness. This is depends on any of its calamities. And in that case, you make and harm someone or yourself. If you don't obey any order of Allah, for example, Allah gives at least 5 times salat. As you know, we are as the participant of tasawwuf, the members of tasawwuf. What is the meaning of it? We are living like Sahaba and our Prophet Hazreti Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And for this reason, we perform not 5 times a day, but 7 times a day salah. And my dear friends, in that case, if the times is entrance to perform, for example, at noon salat, your soul, your nerves don't want to do it, to obey Allah's order. And if it is possible for your nerves, never he perform his salats, but your spirit at once make any request from your mind to perform the noon salat. And the decision are made by your mind. And the result, if accept the demand of the soul, your nerves, in that case, you don't make your salat. If your mind accepts the demand of your spirit, of your ruh, in that case, you can perform your namaz, your salat. But at the beginning, your mind mostly give the permission, your soul. And what is the result of it? If by the order of the mind if you don't perform Allah's order, this is a sin, this is a badness, and in that case you lost degrees or you obtain negative degrees according to your fault, according to your sins. My dear friends, in that case, your mind accepts invitation of your soul. If you obey Allah's order and perform your salat, your namaz, in that case, your mind accepts your spirit's demand, your spirit's order. And the results is change. In that case, you obtain positive degrees. And it's most important things of your life, of your internal life, because at the end of the universe, when the doomsday comes, in that case, your sins, your positive degrees and negative degrees compare. Whose positive degrees is more than his negative degrees, in that case, those are going to the Jannat, paradise, heaven. If the negative degrees more than positive degrees, in that case, all of the human being, this kind of human being, goes to the hell, Jahannam. And at the Jannat and at the Jahannam, they will stay forever. There isn't any hope to take from the Jahannam to put to the Jannat. It's impossible. The Quran says 31 ayat with 31 ayat. It's impossible. Whenever you go to the Jannat, you will stay there forever, eternally. If you go to the Jahannam, in that case you will stay there forever. In that case, my dear friends, it's very important things to gain the non-positive degrees, because these degrees will cause your gain of obtain of Jannat life. Otherwise, you must go to the Jahannam. My dear friends, whenever your mind gives the permission, your nerves, your soul, to perform some badness, what will occur? In that case, after perform the badness, Allah gives you a kind of moral penalties, moral tortures. And this is the first tortures. Arabic term means azab, first azab. And after that, your spirit gives your soul, your nerves, your ruh, gives your soul, your nerves, another kind of torture. This is the moral torture too. And the tortures are not enough. Whenever you die at the grave, you will see your life movie picture, your life film, your life cinema. And there are at the right side of your and the left side of your life movie picture, the degrees. At the right side, positive degrees. At the left side, negative degrees. There are kiramen, katibin, angels. The angels of writing. The big angels, the writing. They take your movie picture, live movie pictures, from you were born during your life. When you die day, die minute, die second, dying second, all of your life has been taken to a kind of movie pictures. And whenever you die, at the grave, the angels show your life film, life movie pictures to you, and all kinds of sins will pay you as a kind of torture. This is the moral tortures too, also. And it means that, my dear friends, if you make any mistake, if you rebels any of Allah's order, in that case, you pay it 3 times, not 1 time. The first one, Allah gives a kind of azab, a kind of torture to you, and after, your spirit, your ruh gives your soul, your nerves, a kind of torture, moral torture, and after that, at the grave, you will take a new torture, moral torture also. And it means if you make any harmless things to you, to another people, to yourself, or another people. If you make any harm to you, it means whenever the time of salat comes and don't do it. In that case, you lost degrees. This is the wrong behavior, and you lost degrees. And this is the harmful for you, because you lost degrees. This is the Arabic term is zulum. You make zulum to yourself. This zulum may be cruelty, cruel kind of things against you. It must be another word, but I can't remember now. And it's depend on your behavior. If you don't obey Allah's order and if you make what Allah restricted it, in these two situations, you lose degrees. And after you takes from Allah the first torture, and after your soul, your nerves, takes from your spirit second torture. And so that 2 times penalty will give you by Allah and by spirit, and after at the grave the third one. My dear friends, every actions of you bring you degrees, positive degrees or negative degrees. And torture if you make some sins, some badness. But if you do goodness, if you make some badness, in that case you are at the service of your nerves. Whenever you make some goodness, in that case you are at the service of your spirit, of your ruh, and you can take positive degrees in that situation, in that case. So, my dear friends, this is the happiness. If you do some goodness, if you perform some orders of Allah, and if you don't obey what Allah restricted, in that case you gain positive degrees, and Allah gives you happiness, a kind of gain, a kind of positive feelings, and you feel farah, you feel goodness inside world, easy, comfortable goodness, and calmness, and relax. And after that, your spirit gives to your soul's heart, to your souls, a good feeling, a kind of relax, a kind of calmness. And my dear friends, every thing's cause of your happiness or of your unhappiness. And at the beginning, your soul's heart is full with calamities, so most of your behavior toward the badness, and you make bad things, and after that you feel tortures from Allah, from your spirit, and you are an unhappy people. The second cause your unhappiness is the continuous fighting between your spirit and your souls, because if there is war, if there is fighting, there is unhappiness. there is chaos, there is not happiness. For two reasons, you are unhappiness at the beginning. You are not happy every time you violate Allah's order and you don't obey Allah's order and you violate Allah's restricted, Allah's forbidden things, forbidden orders. And if you one day you arrive at continuous dhikr, it means all of your inside world consists of goodness. All of the calamities has gone and Allah sent to your soul's heart, to your naf's heart, all kinds of mercy, blessings, and all kinds of goodness. So all of them fill up your soul's heart, your naf's heart, and there aren't any things in your soul's heart to order to your mind to make badness. It's impossible. There aren't any calamities in your soul's heart. In that case, the fighting between your souls and your spirit is over. It's finished. In that case, there aren't any fighting at your inside world. You are, for this reason, continuous happiness. You are of continuous happiness inside of your physical world. And then your souls become a kind of spirit. Why? Because all of the calamities has gone out and disappear and take place. Goodness of your spirit in your soul's heart. In that case, your soul becomes a kind of spirit. Your nafs becomes a kind of ruh and order every time goodness. And your spirit every time order the goodness. In that case, you are happy, my dear friends, because you perform every time goodness, you obey all kinds of orders of Allah, and Allah gives you happy and your spirit gives your soul happiness too, and you are a happy people, happy ones, your inside world at that situation. As for your outside world, at the beginning you are unhappy. Why? Because you make some wrong behavior to another people and you make them unhappy. But it's not enough. After that you becomes unhappy because Allah gives you a penalty for your fault, for your bad behavior, and after that your spirit gives your soul to another penalties, another tortures, and you feel two kind of torture your inside words. And it's not enough. Because you make some bad behavior to another people and you make their unhappiness, their sorries. You make them sorry. You make them sad. And in that case, you are 2 times becomes unhappy. But it's not enough because the gentlemen who they takes from you some bad behavior against themselves and they feel unhappy, they would like to take revenge from you. And if they catch an opportunity to take their revenge from you, in that case they do it. And at that time you feel sorry. And this is the second sorry of you. Second sadness of you. And it's not enough because you would like to take revenge from them. And if you catch an opportunity, you do it. In that case, whenever you do it, in that case, you feel a new sadness. Because this is a forbidden things. So you make a sin. You perform a sin. In that case, Allah gives a torture to you, your spirit gives a torture to you, and third time of sorries you feel. Third time of unhappiness you feel. And another kind of people they are very strong people, they are very powerful, and you cannot take your revenge. In that case, you feel unhappy because of the stress. If you cannot take your revenge, it means your revenge turn to the fury, that kind of people. You feel hate. Your revenge turn to hate that gentleman. And in that case, the stress are start. All kind of stress starts. And in that case, because of stress, you are unhappy. In every case, you are unhappy, my dear friends, at the beginning situation, the relation between you and another people. But if you arrive at the continuous zikr position, in that case, all kinds of calamities of your souls are gone. Has gone, all of them. In that case, your spirit's goodness take their places and your soul's heart fill up with the goodness. In that case, all of your behavior will be consist of good behaviors, and you cannot do any harm things to another people. You cannot give any harm to another people. So, in that case, you are happy. You don't feel unhappy because Allah and your spirit don't give any torture to you. The first one, the cause of your happiness. The second one is that there aren't any people to take their revenge from you because you didn't any harm, any bad things to another people to bother them. And the third one is that you don't feel to take revenge from another people. And the fourth one, you cannot feel any stress your inside world. So you will be every time happy at your outside world. And as for the relations between Allah and you, my dear friends, at the beginning, when your soul's heart fill up calamities, in that case, you don't obey Allah's order. Allah gives many kinds of orders and you don't obey. You don't perform Allah's order. In that case, first Allah, second your spirit gives you two kinds of moral tortures. And you feel unhappy, you feel sorry 2 times. And if Allah's restricted anything, forbidden anything, especially your souls would like to perform them, would like to resist them, and would like to do it, would like to do them. In that case, you will do it. And you violate Allah's restrictions. In that case, before Allah, after your spirit gives you 2 kinds of tortures. And you feel unhappy. At the sight of the orders, at the sight of the restrictions, you feel unhappy every time. But if you have the last situation, all of the badness left you and go outside of your soul's heart, and your soul's heart fill up with the light of the Allah, the noors of the Allah, the glories of the Allah. This is the virtues and mercies, and your heart is illuminate one, not dark one, but illuminate one, fill up with lights, no darkness, all of the darkness has gone. My dear friends, in that situation, your inside world, you become every time happy, not interrupt. Your outside world, you become every time happy. Don't interrupt it. No interrupt. And your relations between Allah, you are every time happy. you will be every time happy. Continuously happiness in your inside world, in your outside worlds, and the relations between Allah. This is the happiness, my dear friends. This is the happiness. So, Allah gives you happiness order with the Quran Kerim. Because Allah would like from you to surrender yourself to Allah. If you do it at the full surrendering occur, it means you are over the continuous zikr. The continuous zikr to say Allah's name continuously, not interrupted. In that case, your soul's heart, your nerve's heart consists of only noors of Allah, glories of Allah. And from that moment on, you obey all kinds of orders of Allah, and you don't violate Allah's restrictions, Allah's forbidden things. And in that case, you are at the level of Ulul Albab, Ikhlas, and Salah positions. Salah post of the Velayat, of the sainthood. This is the continuous happiness, my dear friends. The Allah's order is to surrender yourself before your spirit to Allah, and after your physical body to Allah, and after your soul, your nerves to Allah. And the third one is possible only you becomes owner of continuous zikr. If you say every second Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, with your voiceless voice, your inside world, according to heart beatings, your heart beatings is don't like this. Don't like this. Like this. We say Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah. This is the zikr. And Allah's ordered the continuous zikr all of the human being. Allah says, Nisa Surah 103rd ayat, فَاذْكُرُ اللّٰهَ قِيَامًا قُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. You say Allah's name when you are stand up position, you are sit down position, and you are lay down position. You are stand up, you are sit down, and you are lay down. In that case, my dear friends, you must know that all of the human being has been taking only three situations: stand up, sit down, and lay down. There aren't fourth and fifth another situation. Only three positions. All of the position you must say Allah's name. This is the continuous zikr. And it's wonderful things. Why? Because if you owner of the continuous zikr, this is the top position of the sainthood, velayat, And this is the Ulul Albab post, İhlas post, and Salah post. Ulul Albab makam, İhlas makam, and Salah makam. And three of them, you are owner of the continuous zikr. In that case, there aren't any calamities in your soul's heart. In that case, your souls and your spirit, your nerves and your ruh, not opposite to each other, to go together. Because both of them would like to obey Allah's order and would like don't violate Allah's restrictions. From that moment on, you are every moment happy people. From that moment to the end of your life. My dear friends, Allah gives order all of the human beings to be owner of the continuous zikr, and this is the aim of Allah. This is the target of Allah. Allah would like to put all of you under the continuous happiness. It's a great fun, my dear friends. I recommend all of them continuous zikr and to be happy, and to be happy. This is the result of Islam, result of Allah's order, and it's depend on your surrender your spirit to Allah first, you surrender your physical body to Allah second, and you surrender your nerves, your soul to Allah. It's possible only continuous zikr. In that case, you will become a happy people and continuous owner of continuous happiness. I pray to Allah for all of you, my dear students, my dear friends, my dear sisters and brothers from all over the world, to be happy peoples, to arrive at continuous zikr, to arrive at surrendering your three bodies to Allah. And thanks to Allah, give you this speech today, tonight, for the new lesson of our university. And my dear friends, I'm very happy to be together with you during 1 hour. It was a great fun for me, and I pray Allah for your happiness, continuously happiness. Assalamu alaikum ve rahmetullah ve berekatuhu. El-Fatiha me'as salavat. Allahümme salli ala Muhammed.